And welcome back, guys. We are in orbit with Lunar Probe 1, preparing to do our lunar burn. So, I've heard a couple of things about how to do lunar burns, all sorts of things. But to be perfectly honest, the best thing I can think of is, honestly, we're going to use a maneuver. No, we're going to maneuver, and we're going to make use of the very straightforward and overly complex tool for managing these orbital adjustments. So we're going to try and swing this around until we actually, there we are, a lunar encounter right there. A lunar encounter. Wow, that's completely goofball, isn't it? Alright, let's see if we can tip it down just a bit. Come on, curl it down, 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 down. There we go. Okay. Oops, that's not quite right. These are not 3D world universes are really hard to work in, to be honest. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, so that lunar encounter is a little further away than I would like. Whoa! Actually, that's not a bad one. That's not bad at all. I should be able to close that circle quite... In fact, that's almost too close. That's almost dangerously close, so let's adjust that just a little. Whoa, yeah, let's not go with an orbit that's intercepting it. That's lunar periapsis 200, and that's a little further away than I'd like, so let's try and adjust this very little. In theory, from what I've read, no, that's even further away. You fire at the moon more or less when it's coming off across the horizon. You know, when there is no lunar periapsis. That's a usual indicator that you're about to hit the moon, if you ask me. Alright, so back a little. There we are, periapsis, 500. You can do better than that. Million, too close, too far. Periapsis, 257, a little closer. Those are interception. That's an interception. Which you wouldn't even want to do that if you were trying to land on the moon, honestly. No control at all. $500. So if we burn a little bit later... 166,000. Now that's a good spot to burn. In all honesty, I think that will work. Yeah, so anyways, according to what I've read, yeah, you're supposed to burn towards the moon when the moon is coming over the horizon as your rocket, basically from your rocket's perspective. So if that's the case, let's just turn off RCS and see if the reaction wheels are adequate to do the job here. We're looking for the burning target, and it's probably not going to be a... Come on, where's my maneuver? There it is. It's not going to be a retrograde burn, it's going to be a burn almost directly away from Kerbal, unsurprisingly. There we are. Lock it on. RCS off. Lock it. No, come on. Okay, just a little. And lock. So we are burning, well, right now, basically right at Kerbal here, which is not what it's going to be when we finally... There we are. That should do it. Come on. And lock it in place. When we finally actually start our burn, let's see, it's not going too low. No, it's right on. I guess Kerbal isn't, and the moon aren't exactly in precisely the same orbital plane, which is why we're having to do this. Also, my orbit sucks. Alright, we are coming. 8 minutes till burn. Accelerating around. So if I've done this right, we should be pointing almost directly at the moon when we come around, because we're going to burn at moonrise, which is pretty cool. Which means you could theoretically eyeball this. Basically point your rocket at the moon and burn. Node, where is it? Where's the moon? It should be in the sky. I'm just blind as a bloody bat. Okay, well, engine's up, because it's burn time. Here we go. It's moon or burn. This is it. This is it. Let's just make sure we're staying on target. So there's the moon. I should be able to see it in the sky right now. Why can't I see it? Am I blind? There it is. It is just it is moonrise. All right. Here we go. This is it. This is either going to be success or horrific failure. There is no halfway about it. We got to raise that apoapsis to grandiose heights. I wonder where that's going to wind up. Kerbin escape. So if I continued this trajectory, I would escape from Kerbin. Here it goes. We may have overshot, but hopefully it's not something. It's something we can fix. So the further out our apoapsis get, the easier it gets to push our apoapsis out further. That's the gravity well of Kerbin gets weaker, the impact of the rocket firing becomes greater. And we still have over 50% of a tank, which is why you can do this with a tiny little rocket like that. It doesn't take as much energy once you're actually in orbit to accomplish this goal. So apoapsis still rising. I should have started burning about 30 seconds sooner, so I may be... Honestly, I may be into a lunar intersect orbit, which would really suck. I may be able to correct for that if I've done this right. As I say, first time I've ever done this. So, from what I've seen, this thing will suddenly begin expanding at an ever more exponential rate. And it'll suddenly fly out towards the moon. Million. Yeah, see, here it goes. It's starting to accelerate. We are right on target, though. Whatever that may be. Actually, this still could be okay. Let's just check our fuel. Lots of fuel. We just don't want to overshoot our lunar trajectory here and go flying off into interstellar space. That would be very, very, very unfortunate. Okay, according to this, we should only have to burn for another minute. No, we're drifting a little off of our target. There we are. That's a long ways out. 2 million. Uh-oh, what'd I do? What'd I do? I think I hit a... Okay, we're alright. I just hit the wrong button. Still 50% of a tank over left. towards our trajectory point. I have no idea how close this is going to be to our target. There was 3 million kilometers, or 3 million meters, 3,000 kilometers. Some other number of those, for those of you who don't know the metric system. I couldn't even convert to... I couldn't tell you the conversion. It's about a 2-to-1 meters to mile, or kilometers to miles ratio, but it's not an exact estimate. Whoa, we are way off course now. That's great. Let's put this orbit way off the kilter. It's almost a shame there isn't a way to lock to a trajectory one of these anchors and have the SAS help with that, but I guess advanced computer controls would be needed for that to work. It's on the right plane. Let's see, are we going to get a lunar capture? We're going to get something, an encounter? Anything? This is it, guys. There it is. Moon encounter. Let's Kerbin a little further. Lunar periapsis. Wow, that's a close pass at the moon. There, okay, let's stop there. That's gonna have to do. Okay, guys, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, we're not going to the moon, although I might crash this thing on the moon after all is said and done. That would be pretty funny. Now we need a orbit reducing maneuver. So we need to drop our lunar... There we are. That'll be a nice eccentric lunar orbit, but that's a lunar capture maneuver. And then once we've got that, we can drop our periapsis as necessary. We've got lots of time. Let's see if these reaction wheels will do anything at all. Because I'd rather save my valuable monopropellant for the return trip. Okay. Slow, but we're doing it. So we're going to pre-orient ourselves for this orbiting burn to get us in orbit around the moon. And then we'll tweak our orbit. I kind of, if I can get an eccentric orbit, I might be able to pick up some of the low elevation, or some of the high orbit and low orbit stuff simultaneously. I'm not sure if that's being a little greedy, though. Also might make it really hard to keep track of what I've done, because, well, they don't exactly tell you what you've done. Alright, we're almost there. This is our... Come on, RCS. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Fine controls. Gentle now. Alright, we've got not a lot of RCS left, so we really are going to have to make good use of that reaction wheel, if we can. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Come on, reaction wheel. Turn us the way we actually want to turn. Big disc spinning really fast. Do your job. Whoa, okay, so I was trying to... Alright, SAS on, RCS on, lock us in place. There we are. RCS off. That monopropellant, still very valuable. So 6 hours and 54 minutes. Fortunately for you guys, and for me, we don't really have to wait that long. 100 times time acceleration. And here it comes. The moon. 1,000 times. 5 hours till burn. 4 hours till burn. 3 hours till burn. This is better than fast forwarding it manually. 2 hours, or in post-production. 1 hour. All right. Dropping to 50x. No, we can go faster. 100x. Still too slow. All right. 36 minutes. Wow, what a pitted monster. 26, 25, 22. This is going to be a close pass. Okay, slowing down to 50x. 10 minutes till burn. 9. 58, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wow, that is cool. We are going to focus on science later. Right now, our only goal... Whoa! Oh, we're officially in lunar capture position. So this is it. Come on, RCS. Oh, antennas? Why am I not able to control this thing? Guys, what have I forgotten? Oh crap, have I gone into blackout? What's going on? Oh, shoot. I forgot, you can't do anything, damn thing with your ship when you're not. Alright, here we go. There's my moon escape. Dropping. Dropping. Kerbal. Moon escape. Dropping. Dropping. Bringing her down. Bringing her down. Lunar capture achieved. Bringing it down. Nice long way down. We are in orbit around the moon. I've done it. Guys, I've gotten a ship to the moon. Gods, I never thought I'd manage to pull this off, I swear. And we'll bring this down a little further, because it's looking good. 400. 300. Alright. We are in a beautiful, beautiful lunar orbit. Antennas out. Let's see what we got for temperature for data here. Data from the environment, a very small amount. Not a lot of scientific value, but some data. Space high over the moon currently. Atmospheric pressure high over the moon. Keep that. And gravity scan, we're too high. Okay. Log temperature, and we'll alright, so we'll get this high orbit transmission done. We'll get this high orbit pressure scan, and then we're going to have to drop our orbit a whole bunch more to do gravioli scans. It's funny, I thought for sure that gravity scans were a high orbit thing. Alright, well, we can drop that apoapsis a whole bunch more. I mean, we're still low enough to do it, so I'll get rid of that. Don't need that confusing the issue. 200. I don't know what elevation some of these orbits actually have to be at. That's an interesting question. But I do know that once we get past a certain point, we're almost wasting our time with this retrograde burn. And we don't want that periapsis to go too low. At least not out of control low. Kill it! Actually, we'll go a little lower. Take it down to about 50, because there's no atmosphere, so we don't have to worry about burning up or anything. We just have to worry about hitting high mountains. Kill it. Alright. Alright, so fast forwarding time. Let's look at the glorious lunar surface here. What a beautiful sight. Actually, hold on. Downwards. RCS off, SAS off because orientation doesn't matter, and reaction wheel toggled off. That should save us a whole bunch of electricity. Whoa. I have no idea what that will have just done to my orbit, but still using something. Oh, the antenna's probably still using power. Alright, so the good news is it doesn't take a lot of energy to transmit data, relatively speaking. Still too high for a gravity scan. Well, let's get down under 60. Aha! Moon Highland craters. Okay, so we need to be under 60,000, which means we need to rotate ourselves around for a retrograde burn, and we'll put ourselves into low lunar orbit. But this is it. We are collecting Mooner science for science. Okay. Lock and loaded. Bring that apoapsis down. More, more, more. Periapsis, don't go too low. Okay. Get some more. Another gravity scan. Transmitting. And we're just about at the periapsis. This is the time to rotate ourselves to right. There. Lock it on. Come on, RCS, lock it on. And engines up. Because we're dropping that apoapsis now. We need it under 60. This is getting lower. 60... still high enough. There. And discard that. Science! From the moon. I need more. Okay, we're above the highlands. Now the question is, how many different biomes will I hit on my way around the planet here? I have heard that every major crater, not these little guys, but every big crater has different characteristics. So, like this mess over here. See, those are big craters, although we're missing some of them. But we've done it. Did it! Okay, gravity scan from space above the moon's midlands. Transmit! We're going to have a lot of science when we get back home, or when we crash this thing. RCS fuel. Alright. Swinging towards our burn. Here we go. Engines on. Alright, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. There we are. Alright, we're probably getting low enough that we can actually reach out and touch some of the mountains now, so that's probably a good place to stop. There we are. Just got to figure out which keyboard commands actually allow this. Alright. No scientific value there. Dropping down, down, down. Let's find out how high the mountains on the moon are. Are they higher than 10,000 meters? Am I close enough to get any new scientific data with my massive quantity of battery? Not as of yet. Gravity scan from space. Under 20? Because 20 is a nice specific number. Nope. Okay. Lower. 17. Still no. If it's going to be anything, it might be a surface scan, but I'm not positive on that. Under 10,000. Anything? No. Okay. So now we know a very valuable thing. If there is a second zone of activity, of scientific activity on the moon, it's probably the surface. Because I've already gotten the far out in space and the in-close data for temperature and barometer. I got gravity scans on about half the moon. I missed a bunch of stuff. If I get into a polar orbit, I could fix the rest of it. That's going to require a little bit more of a careful launch from Kerbal. I mean, you know what would be really cool? Would be to land the full thing. That would be really cool, but I just don't know if that's reasonable to accomplish with the thing I've got left. Even if I landed a portion of this intact, that would be pretty funny. And a little... So I can take a ring of batteries off of here. This takes way less energy than I had anticipated, which is cool. That'll make the whole ship a lot more stable. Guys, this has been a success. So, just for kicks, let's get ourselves back to the apoapsis. I think that's the way to do it, is to burn the periapsis down. Actually, it might be more sensible to burn the Interesting. Actually, this is the only spot I'm oriented to do a retrograde burn, so let's do it. Because really, regardless of what happens, we need this thing to be gone. Alive or dead, it just needs to be on the ground. So, this is a killer trajectory now. So now the question is, what will it take? With reaction wheels only, can we get this thing safely on the ground? No monopropellant. That monopropellant's going to be kind of critical, I think. So we're trying to arrest our orbital speed here. Oops. Because we don't want to hit the ground going as fast as it seems to want us to go. Come on. I just suspect it ain't going to happen, but you know what they say, there is no try, there's do or do not, or whatever that is. I mean, seriously, the amount of fuel I got ain't going to happen, but hilarity may ensue. So let's just... Because, well, we don't want to pollute the moon. We'll burn off all of this stuff in orbit. Give us an idea of how much we can reduce our orbital velocities by. And I mean, if a piece of this thing survives, that would be so cool. I mean, there's no going back now. This thing has acquired all the data I can make it acquire. I suppose I could have maybe adjusted the orbit a bit more, but with the reaction wheels, it's almost at this point it'll be easier to take off a ring of batteries and slap a couple more monopropellant tanks on here. Nah, there's no way this thing's going to survive. Even at our best reduction in speed, we are still going far, far faster than one would like to be going when approaching a landing point. So what we're about to see here is the engines are going to run out, the monopropellant is out, so we're going to crash a pile of batteries into the moon, and that's really all there is to it. So I'm going to need a lot more fuel. Yeah, there we are. Kill the engines. Well, guys, if you took the time to watch this whole episode, I really appreciate it. I know it wasn't exactly exciting as far as they go. But, as the Mythbusters say, it's always better to end with a bang. So, thank you all for watching. In the next episode, I'm either going to try getting a polar orbit around the moon, or I'm going to take that same design and try and get into orbit around Minmus. But I'll decide that later. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.